Hello, we are the Struts, and you are watching Sit and Spin with Joe, right here, right now. Enjoy. Woo.
Welcome back to another episode of Sit and Spin with me, your host, Joe Royland. And first off, thanks for the Struts for that lovely intro to the show. And if you haven't figured out by now, based on that and the shirt that I'm wearing, we are once again going to be talking about the brilliant young English band who we gushed about back in episode 107 when we talked about their excellent debut album, Everybody Wants, which I just recently repurchased again, this time on vinyl now that it's out. The Struts, as I said, young English band comprised of Luke Spiller on vocals, Adam Slack on guitar and vocals, Jed Elliott on bass and vocals, and Gethin Davies on drums and vocals. I actually wasn't even going to do a show this week, but I kind of owed you one from not doing a show last week. I'm on vacation, and I actually kicked off my vacation in great form. I got to not only see the Struts once, but twice, and meet them, and when I met them, something that was super cool was that I got to see, I'll just frame this for you a little bit. The first show that I got to see was a little acoustic performance at local radio station WCYY, and afterwards everybody got to take photos with the band and introduce themselves. And when I went up for my photo with the band, Luke Spiller was sitting there looking at me for a second, and he's like, hang on, I know you, I've seen you before. And he actually recognized me from the show that I'd done on the Struts. And I kind of knew that they had seen it and watched it because he had actually liked it on Twitter and Facebook. So I knew that he'd seen it, but he actually went on and said some really nice things about the show. That he liked the name of the show and everything. So that was pretty awesome in itself. And always nice to see when the bands that you're talking about actually like recognize you back and thank you for the efforts you're doing on their behalf. But well deserved from them too, because Everybody Wants, definitely one of my top albums of the year. But after the cool little acoustic performance and the meet and greet, I also got to see this real thing of the show that night that they were putting on the local rock concert at Port City Music Hall. And this was the show I was most excited about all summer from the minute it was announced. Went out and bought my ticket right away. And I gotta tell you, if I see no other rock concerts for the rest of the year this year, my rock quotient is overflowing from the performance that they put on here. As much as I heavily praise the album, live, they are just as much the real deal. The whole band puts 1,000, not 100, but 1,000% into their performances, and you really get to see how truly talented they are. You get to see how great of a guitarist Adam Slack is, how great of a bass player Jed Elliott is, how great of a drummer Gethin Davies is, and the vocal harmonies that the group have. But it's really hard not to single out Luke Spiller, as he puts every ounce of his being into the performances. By the end of the evening, he was dripping wet, drenched in sweat. The makeup he started out the show on his face was completely gone, and at one point towards the end of the evening, he looks like he was just about to drop from sheer exhaustion. I don't know how he didn't. He just took a minute where he sat on the drum riser for a second, composed himself, and then came back with another tune, and then they came back with two more encores, just fully recharged and ready to go. They're just so good. By all means, if you have a chance to go see this band live, you need to go see them. You want to be able to see them when you can say, I saw them when, while they're still playing these relatively smaller venues, because this is a band that is poised for greatness. I was kind of reminded, and this was interesting, I was there with my friend Missy Parker Crockett and her daughter Catherine, and this was like Catherine's third rock concert ever. And I was reminded, both Missy and I talked about this after the show, of being a young fan like Catherine myself and seeing Def Leppard for the very first time in a similar kind of thing. They were a young English band, relatively unknown. They were opening for Ozzy Osbourne back in 1981, because I'm old. And you could see right then how great they were, and they had great songs, and they had the drive and the determination to make themselves into something bigger. And I get that same sense for the Struts. They've got the talent, they've got the material, they've got the work effort, and they deserve to be a huge band. When people today talk about how bands of the day suck and where are the icons of tomorrow going to be, the future of rock is the Struts. Not me, the Struts. and they have it well and safely in hand. I have no doubt for the future of rock with great bands like the Struts that are out there. And they just actually scored themselves a Gold Star gig opening for Guns N' Roses in San Francisco next week, so that's really cool. But by all means, they've got a few dates left on the Dirty Sexy Summer Tour. Then they're going to take a break. They're actually working on the follow-up to Everybody Wants already, so good news for all you Struts fans. New album out there, but if you're a Struts fan, you know the kind of great show that they put on. If you're not, go out and see the band live. Again, if you haven't picked up this album, why not? It's, as I said, one of the best records of the year. Truly great. I would be highly surprised if you didn't like it. But that's the show, mostly for this week. Like I said, I wasn't even going to do a show this week, but I had to because I'm just still so, as you can tell, jazzed and hyped from how great the Struts performance was. So what I got for you now is just a little taste of the Struts live. First, some of the acoustic stuff from the WCYY performance, and then some live stuff for them. It's just a taste, not a lot, and I apologize for the camera work. It's not the greatest, but I was trying to take more time to actually enjoy the show rather than film it. So enjoy this for what it is, and it's just a taste, and by all means go out and see the Struts, and again, pick up their album Everybody Wants. That's it. We'll catch you next time on Sit and Spin, and once again, thanks for the Struts for everything. You guys rock. See you then.
We crossed the border last night without a hitch, but Gethin had a big blow-up doll which they questioned.
It was pretty nerve-wracking, wasn't it? They were like, right, we need you guys to be really honest with us.
And everyone like that. The drugs went up my bum a little bit deeper. And he was like, whose blow-up doll is this? And anyway, less banter. This one is this one's called Kiss This. Promises to young, get away from me, saying I was bad for you. He got his way. I'm gone for good. Making up stories, keeping it secret, taking your word for truth. You were bad for me, so I'm gone for good. I did all I could, so kiss this one more time and I'm gone for good. I said to you misunderstood, so kiss this one last time and I'm gone for good. I don't wanna live as an untold story, rather go out in a blaze of glory. I can't hear you sing. I live now, it's the bad I lost. Dodging bullets with your broken past. I can't hear you. I don't fear you now.